EA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this New Year's Day matchup. It's the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs under the lights on Thursday night.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway from Arrowhead. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly, you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Mahomes. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete here.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Back deep is Steven Sims. Taken from just outside the 30. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Stroud. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Texans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
At the 47-yard line.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Stroud out of the gun here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. We'll give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5. And Stroud now to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Stroud looking to throw. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football, all right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
On second down, here's Mahomes. He finds Hopkins complete. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First catch on that one for Kelsey, and it's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Mahomes again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
A 51-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The second down throw now from Stroud. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's a give to Mixon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Now Stroud. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Holding offense.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Hardman on the return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kid who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. A good pickup there, 21 yards. On first down, Mahomes.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Mahomes will try again on second down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to break out a one tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Butler on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
So all field goals so far, 6-3 our score as the kick is away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Stroud to throw it. Got his man down.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Now 3rd down and 7. Here's Stroud.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here's Tommy Townsend now
as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's taken it around the 40. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Mahomes now to throw.
That one caught by Rice.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
This is part of why this guy's got multiple MVPs on the mantle. We're used to seeing him make the impossible throws, but here Mahomes knows he's got nothing, so wisely just gets rid of it.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Matt Horizon now on to punt this one away.
So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now here's Stroud. He's got Jordan complete right side. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line.
Stroud. That's complete to Dell.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. 7 yards there and a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Stroud working out of the gun.
And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down.
Here's 2nd and 7.
A handoff to Mixon. Able to slither by. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Joe Mixon.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far, as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Chiefs 6.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one.
And this returnable for Sims.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
And the Texans will take over.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Since emerging from the locker room at intermission, he's looked pretty sharp, hasn't he?
He's running in this 3rd quarter like he got the orange slices at the half.
Oh, yeah.
You remember when
he
we were
got
kids?
the orange slices, not the carrot stick.
Oh, boy.
There was always that mom.
There's always that mom. Wasn't yours, wasn't mine. All right, they brought the carrot sticks. But this guy, orange slices, and been reading the Surface tablet, watching the defenses, and he's made some nice adjustments.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Stroud looking to throw.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
And we all know how talented this guy is, who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
That's complete. It's Collins. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That is caught. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
On the bootleg, Stroud. Throw right side, taken in by Collins.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Mixing up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
It was Brian Cook who made the tackle. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
The second down throw now from Stroud.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone is hit a momentary roadblock for that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Throwing now is Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes going to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. And again, it's Mahomes. And ball caught. It's Rice. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Mahomes.
He'll drop this off to Pacheco.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. It's complete to Hopkins. He appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Pacheco.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Again, it's Pacheco.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
But they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Mahomes.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Here's 1st and goal. Mahomes will throw.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Charles, what a big drive late in the 4th quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. But I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the 4th quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. after the touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. So Stroud and the Texans down 13-10. A little over 30 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Now Stroud. Connecting with Mixon. And that's not going to help a whole lot. Maybe 4 yards on first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Second and 6 coming up. Stroud to throw it. To the right side and caught by Dell. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Here's Stroud. Finding Schultz, and they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor.
A gain of 7. First down, Houston.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. One final shot for C.J. Stroud.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look in the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.